Hello and welcome to another new Capenna sealed deck. We're playing traditional sealed today, so it's best of three. I was just ruminating over my sideboard choices. So we've gone for basically a green-red deck. It's splashing white to play Cabaretti Charm. It's got splashing blue to cast Soul of Emancipation as well. It's got a lot of treasure tokens in the deck, so I think we can get away with splashing a couple of colours. And we've also got a Courier's Briefcase, so that's potentially that could draw us 3 cards. The source for the treasures, we've got a black market Tycoon who can just tap to make treasure token. I've got to be very careful with this guy. He does you 2 damage at the beginning of the upkeep for each treasure you control. And Courier's Briefcase, got to remember that does count as a treasure. It's a special treasure card. We've also got a couple of big scores to make treasures. Sticky Fingers is an aura that gives menace, and when the creature deals damage to the player, it makes treasure as well. Exhibition Magician can make treasure. Jewel Thief can make treasure. So I think it's a decent number of sources. So we can. There's a few things we can spend it on. I've just put Capenna Express in the deck. I usually avoid vehicles, but since we've got lots of treasures, that could be sort of a surprise blocker for my opponent to deal with. I think it's just worth it having 6/6 of stats for a turn at the cost of 1 treasure. Or you can just crew it for 3, of course. The other guys who can use treasures, I got 3 Jetmir's fixers, and he's a 2/2. You can pump up with a couple of mana, and it's a permanent pump if if you use a treasure. I don't think you get 2 counters for using 2 treasures. Yeah. So yeah, you just want to use 1 treasure. Yeah, and something cool I can do with my deck. I've noticed this card, Pyre-Sledge Arsonist. He can tap for 1 and with 1 mana and do X damage to any target, where X is the number of permanents you sacrifice this turn. So obviously, I'm thinking of sacrificing lots of treasures and using this to shoot things, which could be pretty good. I've decided to run Civic Gardener because he can untap Black Market Tycoon potentially. I suppose he can untap Pyre-Sledge Arsonist as well. So I think he's good in this deck. Another option would be the Halo Scarab as well. That's another way of making treasures. But I think I like Civic Gardener too much to drop it for one of these. Let's get back to that. And yeah, I was thinking about my sideboard cards. So I think if my opponent has some scary creatures, maybe big evasion creatures, I'm thinking in particular of Security Bypass, the aura. Then I'll probably board in Hold for Ransom and a couple of kill shots. But then I might have to put in a couple more planes. Yeah, it's a bit iffy, a bit risky, but yeah, that's the theory. Right, I think that's everything. Let's just start one off. I'm hoping that my deck is it's got a decent aggro curve, so I can just sort of overwhelm opponents a decent amount at the time. Noticed the cow time draft is up for about it's timing out in about 48 hours. So the plan is I'll do a sealed and then do a final cow time draft. So that'll be my 6th one. This is my first attempt at traditional sealed with this set, so I'm not quite sure if my sideboard plan is gonna work if I'm just splashing for white, but it might make sense, I suppose, with the amount of treasure I've got. Typically, you wait 2 minutes and then you re-queue. Don't know if traditional sealed is very popular at the moment this afternoon, or something is just wrong. Oh, entering match, it says. There we go. Yeah, it did take about 2 minutes. I checked the rewards. Okay, I can play first. Yeah, I think that might be good. And it works out to be about the same as the best of one. Right. I'm just thinking about my deck and what's in my deck. If I've got any double casting cost cards. Actually, I suppose I can just go Forest and play Ominous Parcel. Yeah, I should know which which colours have double casting costs. Well, I've got double green. We certainly don't have any double white. I think I'm just going to... Ooh, I could actually use that for damage later, because I've got so much land. I've got 5 land, so it's actually going to... Okay, he's got one of these guys as well. Yeah, we'll hold that for later. Okay, my turn. So, Cabaretti Charm, that can give us 2/1/1 creatures. He's just going to make a treasure token, that's fair enough. I think we're lagging a bit. Oh, there's a... Right, Celebrity Fencer. Very nice start. It's good to get that one out early. Feel like I have to do something. So we will play out 2 citizens. I think. We have very curious sort of opening. No creatures, practically. I guess we'll go for a mountain with this one. Not seen any of our 2-drop or 3-drop creatures. Well, like you can count the charm as a creature, I suppose. Unfortunately, yeah, I never included an island in the deck, so I can't get the blue mana for Soul of Emancipation. I have to either top deck the Skybridge Towers, or use a treasure token. So yeah, that's getting through. Now, what's the pump spell? There is a red pump spell that gives +4, +3. He might be holding on to that. Right, we're drawing all of our sort of removal cards that depend on me having creatures. I think, yeah, if he's got that card, then fair play to him. Oh, it's only 4 damage as well. Okay, well, we took that out. That's something. No attacks, I think. So when he dies, he gets a treasure token. He's going to take 2 damage. What I'm curious about, that creates an effect at the start of the upkeep. If you respond to the effect by using your treasure on something, the effect goes off. Does it check again for the number of treasures, or? Okay, body dropper's pretty good. Yeah, we just I don't think he's got any way of sacking that creature, so we'll just trade off there. Unless I've oh no, I see it. Yeah, makes the treasure, sacks it, gets a token on there. Pretty sweet. That becomes a 3/3. Sweet. Okay. Okay, Jetmir's Fixer is coming out. And I guess we'll look for another mountain. We can actually pump our Jetmir's Fixer up quite well. Okay. So if I target the body dropper, that does only cost 1 green. So we're actually going to hit 7 mana next turn, but we're missing blue for the soul. Now we've just got to be aware what this guy can do. Potentially sack 2 other creatures. Get to 5/5. Yeah, so 5/5 feels like the biggest he can get. I'm gonna go to blockers. Let's go 2/2. Fortunately, we can't pump this guy up. 3/3. So 2 blockers. Let's see what he does. Is he going to sack his black market Tycoon? Oh no, he's going to murder that. Okay, that's fair enough. That guy's dead. So I think bounce as Beatdown on the Roast Master makes sense. Stops some damage, takes out a creature. Can he... yeah, he can tap that for a treasure, sack it, and pump up the body dropper. Fair enough. He's used a removal spell as well. Yeah, we're in a bit of a spot here. I think we may as well attack. I guess it was an interesting opening hand, wasn't it? 4 lands, Soul of Emancipation, Cabaretti Charm, I think, Ominous Parcel. This makes me think I could do worse than just put a 1 island in the deck, because that would everything would be fine. If only I could put an island in there. And this doesn't even work with tokens very well. I lose the token as soon as I block with a Getaway Car. But I think we're down to desperate measures here. Oh, I see that guy gets huge when he gets blocked. That's fair enough. Kind of interesting. I've only had how many cards? 4, 5, 6 cards. 8 land. So I can't trade it off with the freelance muscle. Oh, whenever he attacks, so he gets huge actually. Just kind of a good point. I'm going to take 8 damage. Command the Getaway Car, block the body dropper. And trade off unless he sacks the Tycoon. Or we just chump block the muscle, keep the Getaway Car. It's all terrible. It's all terrible, but let's do that. Getaway Car in front of the body dropper. Lose my citizen. That's my my non-bow in the deck. Oh well. And if we draw our land, our blue land, it's a tap land, so it's not going to save us. Okay, let's read this card. It looks complicated. Oh, creature card X or less. And it goes straight onto the battlefield. So he's got his workshop war chief out. Very nice. Well, we've got to see what the guy's got in his deck. A couple of cool cards. That's just an uncommon as well. I suppose it's pretty expensive. Sure. So at the moment we're aware, we're in best of 3, we're information gathering. We'll see if he wants to tell us about something else in his deck. Riveteers Charm, sure. So I sacrifice a creature. I think that's the best charm as well. Basically that's draw 3 cards is the other option on there. So Freelance Muscle's quite dangerous. So I think we'll just maybe knock out some cards that don't work that well. So obviously Getaway Car. I was thinking I'd combine it with Soul of Emancipation. I think the thing to do, yeah, we've got to get an island into the deck. I'm going to do that by clicking on Basic Lands. Dropping a plains. Minus a plains. There we go. Right, Getaway Car is out of the deck. Let's just switch off Basic Lands. We have 1 minute 30 left. Drop the Getaway Car, I think. Drop the Capenna Express as well. Go back to white. I think we're going for 2 kill shots. And I want to go for hold for ransom as well. Yeah, let's drop Civic Gardener for hold for ransom. Can we put more planes in the deck? Can we get away with it? I'm going to say yes, we can. Go to lands again and put 2 planes in the deck. But that was an unbelievably bad draw. I think it was anyway. I hope that's not a typical draw for my deck. But I don't, yeah, I find it hard to, I was hoping I'd draw something relevant, but I suppose at least, yeah, we blew up the Celebrity Fencer with the Ominous Parcel. That was quite good. If we'd had an island in the deck, of course, we'd have been able to play Spirit of Emancipation. Let's play first.